So on today's episode, we're gonna talk about the Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley fight, and basically we're gonna react um, to the face-to-face interview that Ariel Helwani had with both of them.
Jake, do you think Tyron Woodley respects you?
I don't think he does. I don't think he respects me at all. He called me a clown yesterday, and that really hurt my feelings.
I think you're being
I'm
facetious.
I'm hurt, Ariel.
Do you think he respects you as a fighter?
I don't think he does. I think he has underestimated me and my ability. But I think deep down, I see him breathing right now. I see it through his shirt. His heart rate is sky high right now. I think deep down he knows what's coming, but he doesn't want to face that. And he's trying to convince himself, oh, this kid's not that good, this kid's not that good. But he knows, deep down. His coaches know. GT knows. He knows what I'm made of, and I think he knows what's coming. 2 days from now, I see it. You're afraid. Your back's up against the wall. You're like a dog in a cage, scared, lashing out like you did yesterday. Emotion. You're trying to pull it together, but you've never been on this big of a stage at all.
I mean, he's busting on him, basically, and saying that it's his first time in the limelight. That makes no sense. I mean, Tyron's been in so many UFC fights.
Yep.
That's such bullshit.
He's defended his world title 3 times or more, if I'm correct. So to say that he hasn't been in the limelight is just ridiculous. Like, literally, he's a 4-time world champ. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
It's complete nonsense. And the way that he was like portraying himself as he was talking, like it was so weird. It was so awkward.
To me, he was acting like what the people want to see, like what they would think a fighter was. That's what he was just acting like to me. And it's like, it's kind of bizarre because it's just like, why
It seems fake.
Why do you have to act this? Like, why can't you just
be yourself?
Be yourself. Like, just be yourself.
He's
bro.
trying to be somebody else.
He's a bad guy. Oh, he's a heel.
So when you sit here and you have fought at MSG and you have fought Robbie Lawler and Wonderboy Thompson and all these legends, Darren Till, etc., and you see Jake Paul with 3 pro fights say this about you,
Bro.
What goes on in your body? What's going
What's
on
that,
in your
gang
mind
signs?
listening to this?
I mean, the same thing. The
I
same
don't know
thing
what
that
it is.
everybody else hears when they hear it. You can look. I mean, if you have any access to any smart device, internet, you can go and Google it. You can look it up. You can do a search for it. So
Search for what?
It doesn't greatness. Greatness. You won't find your name near that.
Mere greatness.
So at the end
Is
of
that
the
why
day,
this is the biggest payday of your life?
at the end of the
That I
day,
gave you?
Bringing
at
up
the
money
end of the
again.
day, what I think is it's an act, and people before allowed that to get
it's
to
bothering
get
him. You
underneath
can
their
see how-
skin
look at
and
his
really
demeanor.
Take my focus and really take it lightly, and I just chose not to partake in it. I didn't watch all the social media malarkey and going back and forth with the fucking memes and all that. He's a child, and sometimes a child got to get their ass spanked and learn a lesson, and that's what's gonna happen on Sunday.
Jake, you said you chose Tyron as your next opponent.
Yeah, his nickname is the Chosen One.
Right. Why did you choose him?
He's the perfect body to add content to my highlight reel. He fits the part. He's buff. He's got the belts, the name, the pay-per-view sellability. He acts like a gangster. When
He
shit
acts
goes
like a
down,
gangster?
He creates altercations.
I create altercations.
Look at how
His image.
Look at how he's dressed and everything. But
Thursday,
he's
press
the
conference.
gangster.
That is one thing I'm referring to, yeah.
But couldn't someone say that was as a result of things said by your team? How did he create that?
I think he created by saying he was going to beat
Well,
someone up on my
didn't
team.
somebody from his team call out his mom and say
Yeah.
shit? Yeah, I
He was
mean,
talking shit to his mom.
yeah, he's
Did
going
it
to beat
become
up
more
your
personal? Your mom
team.
got
It
involved.
was already personal when he signed the dotted line.
Why was it personal?
I was already on 100 from jump. It was nothing that could have happened
Is
yesterday
it because
that's
I
gonna
knocked
make
out your
me-
friend?
No, it's because you signed a contract.
So you
you
didn't care
thought.
you didn't care that I knocked
In your
out your
mind,
friend?
in your mind, you thought. Once
You
again,
didn't care that I knocked
doesn't
out your
bother
friend?
me. He tries. my mind is a fucking fortress, bro. I don't let words and I don't let emotions get involved with me. Yeah.
So what happened in the last couple of fights you had?
What happened to your last couple fights? What happened to the last couple world titles you fought? What happened to the last couple greatest you fought?
I'm 4-0.
You
4
fought against a
KOs.
YouTuber, a basketball player,
Look at
and
that.
my dog Ben Askren, who's not even really technically known for striking. That was.
Yeah, you didn't get shit. What the fuck is he talking about?
Heated there, didn't
I
you?
had you stumbling the whole time.
He's just interrupting
Stuttering the
constantly
whole
and
time,
just being
unsure the whole
annoying as
time.
hell.
So mad right now.
I'm not mad.
He's breathing
I'm
heavy.
really just want to get this shit over with, so I can
Look
go
at his
fucking eat
chest.
some food and lay down and watch some Netflix. To be honest.
You said recently that, you know, you put out this picture and you're like, look what I was doing 5 years ago, look what he was doing 5 years ago. He was winning UFC welterweight title. I was in high school or maybe just out of high school.
Middle school.
Is it surreal for you to be sitting in front of arguably
One of your idols? Somebody you played
the
on a
best-
UFC video game?
Never
Somebody
played
you
that
was
game.
a fan of? I got receipts and
Go
videos.
off, daddy.
I got receipts and
Tell us
videos
all.
of you being
Brag,
a fan.
daddy. Brag. Yep. Is that it? Where are the rest of your accolades?
I don't need accolades.
Because none of that.
I'm certified.
None of that's helping you today. 'cause
I'm certified.
You did all of those things, but still ended up broke. somehow.
Tyron's broke?
This dude funny.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Is it
Thank you.
surreal for you to be fighting
Appreciate
a guy?
that.
a
Is
legend?
it surreal for you to be fighting me?
Not at all.
How's it
I don't
feel?
think he's broke. He may be broke compared to Jake Paul because, I mean,
Feels like
YouTube
when you're in
money.
a car
Speed is what you're
and
gonna
you go
see.
over a
Bumps
speed
is
bump.
what you're gonna have when you leave out of the
and you go over a
the
speed
ring.
bump. That's how it feels. It's like, oh, that was definitely a speed
You're
bump.
gonna see speed.
I had to slow down to go over that bump, but
Speaking of
went
bumps,
right over it.
those little bumps you had on your face kind of alarmed me. You wouldn't be happening to taking PEDs, are you?
Listen, if you want to build in excuses right
Ooh.
now,
No, I'm just
go
asking.
ahead.
Because I was just wondering. I looked at
ahead.
your face. It looked kind of serious. You had some rage and you acting all unorthodox. You know, those are signs of the PEDs.
I'm enraged. I'm not enraged at all.
Are you taking PEDs?
I'm
No,
enraged?
sir.
Not at
I'm
all.
not enraged.
Okay.
No, sir. We're getting drug tested.
You got
aren't we?
you got a couple people in your camp that you might want to evaluate. See how solid they are.
Aren't we getting drug tested? Or are we not?
Look at how calm
I've accused you of that.
Woodley is compared to him, too.
Building in excuses.
All right, I gotta ask you,
I beat a lot of
who do you want to win this fight?
I got a serious issue with Jake Paul because of his attitude and the way he treats people.
to raise your level.
Honestly, I think Woodley's a stand-up guy, so I want Woodley to win. But there's some weird gut thing that's going on where I actually believe that
Speaking of accusations,
Jake might
the
win.
Askren fight, a lot of people, including
There's a possibility based on the last fight of how he was swinging that scares me a little bit. Like, oh man, I hope he's not going to win. But if he catches him the right way, he could.
Anybody,
knock him out.
anybody fighting has a puncher's chance, so you always got a chance of getting a lucky shot. But I really think, I really hope, and I really think that Tyron Woodley's gonna pull through. I think he's focused, and you know he doesn't have to worry about, being wrestled or kicks or anything like that. Just only striking.
Am I taking a dive?
And I think there's a lot on the line for this. So I think he's going to go out there and compete to his hardest ability. And that might be a problem for Jake Paul because, I mean, it's Tyron Woodley. He's got knockouts under his belt. And he's got world titles under his belt. So this is going to be his first real test. And if Jake Paul does beat him, I'll give him
I will be shocked.
I'll give him the respect. I give him the respect for beating a world champion. But I really think Tyron Woodley's going to come out with this one.
Well, I think Tyron's got to make it an a point now because of the way he treated his mother in the weigh-ins, right? Because his team was disrespecting Tyron's mother, who happens to be one of the nicest people, and then he hauls off and starts that. So I think, I mean, it's not even about money at this point. It's about I want to knock him out, and hopefully that's enough.
I think it's the perfect time. I mean, he wants to get put an end to Jake's career before it really starts, and I think, he might be the man to do it. So I really hope he does because, I mean, I don't hate Jake Paul, but I definitely don't like him a lot.
Do you see him as like a professional boxer like he tries to portray himself.
I see him. Anybody willing to work, put in the time, and grind, and compete, and you're really chasing it down. I mean, all credit to where it's due. He's really grinding. He's really putting in the work. So anybody, he's got the ability. He's big, strong, athletic. I think he can do it. But this is gonna be his real test as to real fight. A
real fighter for this
real
time.
fighter's test. Yeah, because even Ben Askren, you could say that he was a real fighter because he was in the UFC. But, he wasn't known for striking whatsoever. He was known for taking you down to the ground
wrestling
as soon as possible. Yeah, so.
I think the other issue that I have with Paul is, that he's fought no names. You know what I mean? That were not experienced. Like a typical fighter doesn't even have that opportunity. They have to start from the bottom and work their way up. He just kind of went around the system and just fought people who were not skilled in that area. This is the first time he's fighting somebody semi-skilled, but he's not even really a boxer.
And
he's a UFC fighter.
The fucked up part about it is, not only did he get those wins like that and start making a name for himself, but he got so much clout from it too. Everybody was watching those fights, and they didn't even matter because it's not even with real competition. So he's getting all this attention for fights that he really, shouldn't deserve that much attention.
That's my problem.
He's fighting a basketball player. He's fighting a wrestler. He's fighting a YouTuber. This is the first time he's fighting a fighter. So
I think this will be a good fight compared to all the other fights were just, in my opinion, were just unfair. That's like he's just picking somebody off the street and like, okay, you've got no skills. Let me go ahead and fight you. Like,
telling you.
And straight up, the way he was acting in the Ben Askren interview and everything when they were hosting or trying to get everything together in the interview, he sounded a lot more confident than in this one that I'm seeing with Ariel.
He seems
Helwani.
scared.
He seems definitely like the more shaken person out of the two. He seems like he's more edgy.
And he also, Tyron gets on the table like this just to have conversation. He jumps back. You look at his demeanor. He's definitely shaken up. He's worried about this fight. He knows this is no joke. This is the first time you're really fighting. So if he loses, he's gonna lose so much respect.
It's crazy because if he does win though, it's gonna do a lot for his name.
Yeah.
But still, he's yet to box a boxer.
That's my point.
And so, even if he wins this fight, he's gonna be beating an MMA fighter. Somebody who doesn't
not boxer, not a full-time boxer.
So if you're trying to be a boxer, what really does this say? What does this say? It says
weird
that you're still scared to fight a boxer.
Yep.
If
you're that skilled,
you want to act so confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to act confident and talk his shit. But he will not fight even an amateur boxer.
Right.
Doesn't make sense.
That's the part that blows my mind.
I don't freestyle. That's for free. I put my shit on wax.
Most rappers freestyle if they're actually about the shit.
And then he's calling him out for his music and stuff. It's like, you're just helping the guy out.
Yeah, he is.
I didn't even know he was doing music.
The funniest part about it is he made some bullshit rap music too at one point, Jake Paul. So it's like he's trying to knock him. You've literally done the same stupid shit, bro.
How the fuck we on Park South? This quarter mile of my driveway. Got money coming in 5 ways. I ain't slept in like 5.
Dude, he's gonna.
He's I know he's young, but it's like, dude, how you're such a fucking, oh my god, just straight child.
Yeah, he's disrespectful, which is one of the reasons why I want to see him get Tyron just to knock him the fuck out. Be done with that.
It's just annoying, and I don't even like to hate on people, but he's just annoying.
It's not hate. It's competition, and he talks a good game, but I'd like to see him beat in the competition. It's gonna put his mental state in a better spot. I'm hoping. So he doesn't act like the way he does, and he realizes you're in the game with the big boys. It doesn't end so well.
Ask any fighter on the card. This is all their biggest payday of their careers by far. Ask Amanda Serrano, ask Charles Conwell, ask Tyron Woodley.
Ask these nuts.
Four times as big of a payday as he's ever gotten.
These nuts.
So for him to go out and say that, it's it's a little disrespectful, but I get it, you know. He's just coming up with any insult he can as part of the game. However, I do really care. You know, I want to create a fighters union if possible. I've talked to Nikisa about it. You know, it's going to be really difficult to do. But if the fighters can create a union and all band together, we can all increase the pay. These young kids are getting locked up into contracts, boxing promoter contracts, and it's not cool.
It seems genuine. You don't believe it?
I mean, I'm all about everybody getting a bag.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, I know what it takes to get it done. And it's no unification. Fighters aren't unified. They aren't coming together. They're doing what me and him are doing.
Fighting.
So how the fuck you think we're gonna kumbaya after this? No, I'm gonna want to beat your ass again. So how do we unionize? It's a good effort if it's genuine, but I know what it takes to get it done. We've talked about this.
I think it shows how uneducated you are or delusional you are to go out and say that I don't care about fighter pay when I
don't
gave you
even
the
know
biggest
you, bro.
pay.
I don't
Alright,
even
so
know
what do
what
you
you
think
care
this
about.
does for
All I
Jake
know is
Paul's
you getting your
career
ass whooped
if
on
he
Sunday.
gets the
Why are we
dub?
talking about that?
You should
I think
care
people
about what
still
I care
don't,
about.
in
Why?
my
I
opinion,
care
give
about
him the
fighters.
respect
Keep your
just
friends
because
close,
he's
keep your
still,
enemies
like
close.
you
I know
said,
everything about
he
you.
hasn't
That's
fought
fine, man.
somebody
I'm an open
who's
book. Fuck.
even
I
an
don't
amateur
hide shit.
boxer. I mean, I guess you can call Tyron an amateur boxer, but
I don't know. I ain't
that's
thought about
not
that.
really.
This is
It's
a
not
bigger
really his
weight
sole
class
part of
than
his
you're used to.
career.
so
Like he doesn't
thankful,
try to go
man.
for 8
How much you
rounds. You
expect
know
to
what I
weigh on
mean?
Sunday?
I'm worried
I
that
will be weighing
Tyron's going to be like
190
out of
pounds.
breath.
On Sunday.
But anyway,
The fight?
his
The weigh-in, I mean, how much
his
how much you
career,
expect to gain between
I'm
winning
shocked
maybe
that he's
4
playing these
pounds.
games.
That's
He's
it.
just playing these
194 maybe.
Do you think you will have
pay-per-view
considerable-
games
you know,
at
some
this
people have
point,
said,
and
oh,
it's
of
like,
course you want to fight
what's
Tyron Woodley. He's
next?
a welterweight. He's a 170.
I mean, you're gonna fight
pounder.
somebody.
You're
Why do you-
190.
why doesn't he
walk
fight
around
Mike
at
Tyson?
200. Is that a fair criticism?
He's
or
out
do
of
you
his
think that the weight
his
will
prime
actually equal?
supposedly,
The
but
way
I bet
see
he'll
him,
whoop
like,
his
he got
ass.
a big booty, like.
And
that's part of the
Jake
reason
will
I
get
wanna fight him.
whooped.
He's thick. Like, he's super thick.
Oh my
I want
God.
to grip them cheeks.
Did
low
you
key
just
when
hear
I
what he
first
said
saw
right
him.
there?
See?
So
Tyron
he
has a
definitely
big
walks
booty.
around at.
You know what I'm talking about?
Dude,
What?
why are
Makes
you
a lot of
going
sense
down
when
I
he's
know
that?
it's
flying
funny,
around
but
like a
it's
damn
weird.
airplane.
It is
You wanna know
weird.
what's
Like,
funny? That
what
this
do
is a
you?
face-to-face,
You're
but I
just
asked him if we could do a
like,
butt-to-butt.
But to answer your question, he would definitely get dropped by
Do you
Mike
think there'll be
Tyson.
a size
Right.
advantage on
He's
on
taller.
Sunday?
He's
taller
you know,
than I think.
I guess you could just say he's
How do you
playing it
feel
smart.
about
I
the height?
guess picking and
I mean,
choosing
I
who
fought
he
a lot of
wants to
top
fight
guys. Nobody's
because
ever
regardless
been
who he's
my height
fighting,
besides Koscheck and
he's
one
got
of
the
guys.
name. So
Nobody's been taller,
he's
so-
pulling in the numbers
I mean, I
regardless
don't feel
who
like,
he's
I feel like
fighting.
stat-wise,
Why would he
fight.
choose on
somebody will
losing?
whoop him
Yeah, why would he
Jake,
choose on
because your
losing
fight's
right
ending
now
relatively
when he can
quickly.
just profit
There's a lot of
from
footage on
winning?
him, but in
because
MMA,
he's trying to
did
prove
you even
himself. I
watch
think,
his
but
MMA
he's.
But is he really,
preparation for this?
though?
Is there any point of that?
I would think that's what he's trying to do because he just
I
said in the
watched
beginning
a couple
that
minutes of it. I mean,
Tyron's
let
the
my
perfect
coaches do
pick
that and
because he
pick,
fits the bill.
how
You know,
to
he's
fight.
somebody who's actually could
I saw a
compete
couple things,
with against him.
You know, especially in his, Gilbert Burns
This
fight.
is gonna be the biggest challenge. I mean, it's
how he
Tyron
went up
Woodley. We
against
know he can
Morrow.
fight.
But
Do you think
there's
Tyron
not
can
much there.
handle more than
There's
5
really not.
rounds?
It's sort of the same shit. It's like
Just
run away,
based on the
go up
size
against
and
the
because he
fence,
was
try to push
huffing and
off the
puffing
fence
in the
with right
last
hand,
UFC matches
come
that
over
he
the
had,
top
and I was like,
with the
whoa.
overhand right, and then follow it with
Yeah.
the hook,
His endurance
put your
was
head
not
down, swing
there.
for the fences.
Yeah, I think
He's a
he's gonna
basic
come
knowledge
out
striker.
aggressive,
So
but
you watch
I
him
think he'll
strike
stay
in
aggressive,
MMA,
and
but is there anything that
and whenever
impresses you
Jake
that's
does try to turn
How about
turn
his
it
strike?
up and push the pressure,
Seen him in there.
He
It's
watched a
I
couple
think he's
minutes,
gonna
but
shut
just
it
gave
down
you a
immediately
rundown.
and try to match the,
Well, that's
match
all it
the
takes.
You know that
pressure
that's
rate
not
back.
fucking 2 minutes worth.
So
Well, that's all it takes.
he's
right?
not gonna want Jake
If
to
you
get
watch
any
a fighter
type
for 3
of
minutes, can you break him down
feel
or
for
no?
striking.
I'm an
that-
expert, my G. Of
whatever
course I can. I'm
whenever
one of the
Jake
best
comes
guys
in,
behind
I
the
feel like
desk.
he's
Well,
gonna
then,
try to
great.
push
You're
right
a
back,
self-proclaimed
blitz
expert.
back,
So when I
and
come
just
back,
try to
That's
shut
what
it
I'm
down
called,
immediately.
analyst.
Do you
I'm an
think
expert
Jake
analyst.
Paul
That's
being
what you
taller
said.
is going to have a major
I
advantage
basically
over on the
told
fight?
you
You're a
that
self-proclaimed
I know as an
I think him
expert that it takes
his
more than
bigger
2 or 3 minutes to
stature,
do say what you
that's
said.
gonna
So
be his
by him,
biggest
yeah, you gotta go
advantage
right
is
hand.
just having
right hand.
more natural strength
What about
and
the-
power. That's gonna be his biggest
I've
advantage.
noticed him
I
talking.
ain't seen the left hand a lot, but
But if Tyron
Look like
if
he set it
Tyron
up
Woodley
to
comes
set
with
right
the
with the
the
jab.
speed and just precision,
Earlier today, I spoke to his.
He can make a
trainer,
move
BJ
too,
Flores,
so-
and he said
No doubt.
that he
and he
thinks
doesn't. He's
as
not
the fight
the
goes
he's
on
not the
longer,
littlest
it's actually
guy,
worse
so
for
he's
you
got
as
some
think
power.
conventional wisdom
Yeah.
would be,
He's just not
you've
as
gone
big as
25
Jake.
minutes, so
He,
you'd
he's
be more
got
comfortable.
he
If
just
you think
have
you're gonna get really
knockout
tired
power.
very
People are
early
like, oh, he
first
doesn't have
round,
knockout power. I'm like, he's got knockout
I'm
power.
not gonna get
He'll
to
knock
that.
you the
I'm
fuck
gonna
out.
be
And we
partially
haven't
saying
even
power
seen
first
Jake
if
take
we
one
look at
on the
technique.
chin
So,
yet.
Exactly.
We haven't
conditioning,
seen
how
his
we
chin
talking.
be tested.
Hopefully.
So
Cardio conditioning
if
is
it
not
gets
gonna be an
tested
effect.
tomorrow, we're gonna see
We
how he
train to build
reacts
power
to actually
every fucking
getting
round. Every opportunity we
like
see to
a
do
good
damage,
strike
we're
on
gonna
the
do that.
chin.
And
That's
it's
kind of
not-
my
it's not
point
my
where he
first
hasn't
big
gone through the
fight.
ropes in the
It's not the
beginning, so you
jitters,
don't really
no,
have any
man.
idea.
It's a big fight. No, I've
What
been
he
in
can
a
and
lot of
can't
big
do.
fights. When was the last
I
time I
mean,
was not
we've
in
seen a
big
little bit
fight?
of striking, and
You know what
I
mean?
was
So for
impressed
me,
with
I'm just
the
gonna go out there
previous
and do what I
match and
need
his
to do.
striking, but like
Sorry
it's
about
almost
that,
like you're up
ladies,
against a
man.
punching
No,
bag. The person
I
isn't
was
really
just wondering,
fighting
like, what are
back.
gonna
You know
do
what I
to
mean?
fix your fatigue
He's never
issue?
faced
You know, especially
adversity
since you're
Right.
in
coming
the
with
I didn't
in
more
take
his
weight.
career.
steroids like you did.
Exactly.
Career.
I guess run, maybe.
You're
Cardio?
accusing me of something that we get drug tested for. Do you realize how dumb you sound?
You realize how dumb you sound like when I tell you where I
Maybe-
live
Dude,
at?
Tyron just
This
whooped him
documentary?
in this
You
interview.
can look up
Yeah,
the
he
stats
He
did.
toasted
see.
him.
That's
He,
sounds-
in my opinion,
I don't speak that
Jake looks
language.
like a complete
So you agree
idiot.
with the assessment, though, if this fight goes longer, it actually benefits you and not him?
Yeah, I mean,
How many times have you went 25 minutes?
he has fatigue issues.
How many times have you went 25 minutes?
Dozens
In
and
a
dozens.
Does
fight.
have
dozens
fatigue
and
In a fight.
issues with Tyron.
Dozens of times in
In
the
a
gym.
fight.
Dozens of times.
Not with the guys that are shadow
last
boxing so you can feel good.
2 or
With
3
people
fights, he
who
did
are
have
better
fatigue
than you.
issues.
You grab a dude from Starbucks.
He was huffing and
put
puffing,
heavy on
People who
you.
are
and I remember
better
he
than
was
you.
he was
Fell down, you put on
got
top.
taken
I love
down.
doing these
He was up
face-to-faces
against
'cause
the
you can
He-
see-
How many times have you done
Defense.
face-to-faces?
To be fair, the last
my-
3 guys that he's
So I
fought,
love doing these.
You only
I
had
know
3
he's lost
fights, but you had
the
5 face-to-faces?
last 4,
4,
No,
yeah.
no.
but
Fights.
the last 3,
And
the
this
last
is
You have
4
4
even
fights?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
were
Maybe go study that.
all
bad,
in the
my
top
bad.
5.
Let me give you a
All
credit.
in the
But I
top
love
5.
That's
doing
fair.
this 'cause It
So-
shows
That's
like how
fair.
much he's underestimated.
Maybe not Vincente
And
or yeah,
this fight just became
Vincente
that much
Luque.
more easy
He
for him
he
at
might
the
have
same
been
point, 'cause it's like, I
outside of
know
the top
he
5,
didn't
maybe
prepare
top
the proper
7.
way.
Right.
But
If you think
still,
this
he
is
was
gonna
on
be
his
the
way
same
to the
shit,
top
I've
5.
had 30 street fights. Less known for.
They're all crazy competitors, you know. So I mean, Colby Covington, Kamaru Usman,
You're hard to say.
Bro, you're a gangster,
you're
bro.
dressed.
I've always
and
wanted to meet a real
Vincente
gangster.
Luque, and Gilbert Burns. Those are all, you know, top 5 guys right now.
got
So I
West Side
mean,
on
it's
your
not like
shirt.
he lost
You at home?
to just anybody, you
I
know,
still
just
wanna
the
hear the
scrubs.
freestyle.
Right.
He
Let me
was
see you
fighting
throw
the
West
best
Side
of the
up.
best in
still-
the
I still wanna
UFC.
hear
Lost
a
to them.
Let me see your
So-
shirt. Throw the West Side up.
We'll see.
You from the West Side of Cleveland?
He's testing him, bro, and I think
You don't even like
he
your own
might
city.
He
have something coming to him.
he's waking up a lion that he does not want to be
So,
playing with.
as we
It's
get
like
closer to
he's
the
slapping
fight,
him around.
and
He's
as-
we
he's gonna get
close.
bit.
We're pretty close. I mean,
We didn't even need to do this.
I think it's gonna be
2
interesting to
days.
see
Hey,
where it
people like
lands.
to see
Credit
the
to
interaction.
I
Jake
like to see
Paul
his
for,
goofy
you
stuff,
know,
and I ain't
having the
goofy. I feel
confidence
like
to
he's
take the
goofy
fight
now
because
to his
he's
level.
believing in himself and
It's childish conversation.
takes balls.
Let's
Yeah,
play
I'll give
spades
him.
and
I'll
shit.
give him that.
Well, I'm just wondering, in your opinion, you know, I mentioned this to you on Monday. One could say there's a lot of pressure on you, right?
None. I'm just training to fight. No pressure. The only pressure I have is the pressure to perform.
You're representing
Pressure
a
to do well.
sport.
I'm representing myself and my family and my coaches that put in blood, sweat, and tears. That's what I'm representing. I don't take on the extra pressure. He got the pressure
Why?
because he's fighting a fucking legend. He gonna see what it is on Sunday. He got
He's
the
fighting a
pressure.
fucking
Not
legend,
me.
no doubt.
He the one that thought it was cute to fight in his hometown. How many people asked you for tickets and all that, and long lost cousins and everybody hitting him up? I'm relaxing. I told everybody from the beginning, I'm telling you no, so you know. I told everybody no. I made it clear. Distractions out, because I've been there. I've been the young fighter that did all the videos, did all the interviews, did all the shit that looked cool, had all the sponsors. I did all that shit, but I went out there and I fucking didn't perform the way I wanted to. So now, phones are here. Take my phone. The phone's getting grabbed today. I won't have them, and it's just lock in the zone out.
Is there more pressure on you? Hometown, legend, fourth pro fight.
No pressure. I
pressure.
was built.
You've
for
talked
it.
a lot. You've picked a fight, right? Not only with him, but with an entire sport.
Yeah,
With
I
the
love
president
this.
of the biggest organization. So there's a lot of people who are rooting for you to fail, right? In addition to people who are rooting for you to succeed, there's no doubt about that. You don't feel any of that pressure.
Nope, this is another sparring session. You know, if I would have felt that pressure, I would have felt it the last fight. I would have felt it in my first fight when there was 30,000 people in Manchester Arena, you know, screaming out, "Fuck Jake Paul." In my first fight, I had no idea what I was doing. If I didn't feel it then, what's there to feel now? And by the way, when I go up against guys in the gym who are way tougher than this, whatever you'd call them, this legend, and beat them, that gives me the confidence. This is another sparring session. And by the way, when I spar in the gym, I have to go 8-10 rounds, like my coach tells me. In this fight, it can be over in one round, and I can go home and go to the after party. I know I'm gonna win, so why would I have pressure?
Why are you bringing the world famous tattoo artist, Tattoo Baby, to this fight?
Well, we made a bet, and I'm a man of my word, and
They made a bet?
when he loses, I'm sending her.
I didn't
Whoever
hear about
lose-
that.
to get the tattoo that says "I love Jake Paul."
Whoever loses has to get I love
One,
the other
I'm not
person.
finna
You don't
let
think
nobody
Tyron's gonna do
this
that?
dude ever knew in his life touch me. Two,
Yeah.
I'm not losing, so he brought the person that he trusts that's done artwork for him to give him a tattoo.
Will you go through
For
with
sure.
that?
He's
No,
not
like whatever he
losing.
wants to think.
Will you go through with that?
With what?
Of course he'll go through with it.
If it doesn't-
He's a fucking
It's
troll.
not possible for me to
He's
lose.
fucking
He's a
troll.
troll. Of course he's gonna go through with it. You know what I mean?
Some
This
things
is
in
a part
life
of-
just aren't
It's a
possible.
part of his life. Like he's a vlogger. This is what they
You
do.
think Jake's
Like, what are
actually
you
going to
just-
get tattooed?
It's a story.
With
If he
Tyron's
loses,
name?
I think he
All
will
this
if he
and then-
loses.
Because he's going to be
It don't
called
make
out
no
if he
difference
doesn't.
me,
All-
dude.
all-
Check my
Whoever
heart rate.
doesn't-
It's
And he
like
says he's a
137.
man of his word.
All of this footage is going to be used against you to be like, oh,
Ain't nothing,
you
no weapon formed
underestimated the
against me
shit out
shall
of me.
prosper, my man. That's biblical. Go joke that.
Wow, Jesus, nice.
Who's getting a tattoo
Can
tomorrow?
I ask you, as we're rounding third here, guys, and
I
appreciate
think
the
Jake's
time.
getting the tattoo.
You said
I
you've
think
watched a little
Jake's
bit of
getting
his
the
fights. You
tattoo
know
on
who
his
he is,
forehead.
of course. I know you're an MMA fan. His last few fights, what do you see when you see Tyron Woodley out there?
See, someone who got his soul snatched and who is clawing to survive. And I see someone who, without me, would have been a broke 40-year-old rapper on a couch with his mama.
Make sure you download
Dude,
that so big.
he
Once
keeps
again,
bringing up
Star
his
Wars
mom.
Crazy. Video
With-
out today.
Nothing going on for him. Someone snatched his soul in one of his fights. He hasn't been able to get it back.
I was supposed to reply to that.
Well,
You want me to just re-tee me up?
okay. Well, here's the thing. This is just, I'm just being real. It is a 4-fight losing streak, and people have said you were stuck in neutral, and people have said, where's the Tyron who blasted Koscheck? Where's the Tyron who beat up Darren Till in Dallas? Where's the Tyron who did this and that? Is that Tyron going to show up?
All
on
those
Sunday?
Tyrants are dead. Those Tyrants that knocked out Robbie in record-breaking time. That Tyron that stomped
You
Darren
actually
Till.
didn't knock out Robbie. It was a knockdown and then it was a TKO. You don't actually have knockout power,
When you go look back at him,
especially at 190.
single legging the referee, you'll change
Especially
your
at
mind.
190.
So at the end of the day, let the grown people talk right
I'm
now.
just really wondering
So,
how that lactic buildup is going to be
what I'm
at a
saying-
bigger weight.
Let's do, did you just get into lactic buildup? And this is your show, right? You really want to lactic buildup? All right. I'm going to take some free radicals, motherfucker. That's what I'm going to do, I guess. So anyway, the Tyron Woodley that beat Darren Till didn't get punched. Also the Tyron Woodley that had these events and these fights that people was just like, what's going on? All those people are dead. I had to have a rebirth and the passion and the love. Especially boxing is a sport I've always wanted to do. So me getting a chance to do that and train it and having solid people behind me and really having the focus to lock in, it's another animal that nobody's seen yet. And Sunday everybody's
How
gonna see
come
it.
Floyd disappeared after training with you?
Floyd has not disappeared, G. I don't tell everything like you do. All you do is you make your whole little thing a sizzle reel, your day to day. Like, I do way more than I show on the internet. I just let people see what I want them to see.
That's super dope. How's that working out for you?
Great,
Getting 10,000 Instagram
Yeah.
likes
great.
before I signed to fight with you?
Dude, he's always
That's
bashing, like,
Sound great.
just
You're
because
on
he's got
fire.
some kind of
Fire.
social following. Yeah.
It's not even. It's not
Tell your
who
people
he
download my
who
song.
he is.
So she's
It's
so helpful.
what his
Well,
You helping out the
image
MMA
is, and he
community?
wants to bring it
You
up
helping
in
out
every
me? You pay
aspect
me
he
a payday?
can.
Yeah.
Get
Because
on the
that's
camera and say, everybody download Let's Go Big.
I got you.
Tyron Woodley OTJ.
Everybody go right now, download Tyrone's song if you want your ears to bleed.
There we go. At least give him the name of the shit.
Does it bother you? He's not pronouncing your name the right way.
Nah, I don't. Nobody does.
Well,
but I know
you
he's
should-
trying to be
Yeah,
silly.
I mean, if you wanted me to pronounce it the right way, you should have spelled it the right way.
Okay.
You don't find that disrespectful?
No.
I remember when this was first kind of being bandied about. There
Yeah,
was some talk
Tyron's like-
boxing and then MMA.
He's
right?
not
he
even a.
seems real cool and
He's
just
super
collected.
cool.
2-fight series. Would you ever consider that?
Nope.
Why?
I'm not an MMA fighter.
Are you a boxer?
100%.
All right.
And if things go well for you on Sundays,
When they go well for me, I would do it again in boxing. Like, I don't even want to fight him in MMA. I'd rather do the boxing thing.
you'll
It's
do a
fun.
rematch.
Yeah, I will, for sure.
But this is the beginning of your
I
boxing
don't know. I don't
career.
think he's gonna want a rematch. I think he's gonna. Feel
I don't think he's
punches
gonna want a
coming at him
rematch.
He never felt before. I think he's gonna feel pain the next morning that is gonna make him reconsider all this bullshit. So I don't think he's gonna want the rematch. But he put it in there, so I'll honor it.
Did you put it in there?
Oh, me, I didn't. I think my team or lawyers did.
You gonna sit here and lie? You didn't put that in there?
How is that
Oh,
lying?
this dude lying. If my manager say, okay, I'm gonna add a rematch clause in your own shit. No, I'm the boss. Nobody fucking tell you what you're gonna add to the contract.
You being
He's
the
making
boss
him look
hasn't
really
worked out for
fucking
you, so
stupid.
maybe you should listen to your managers more.
Okay, my man.
I've made more in
He's
one
bashing
fight than you
Jake
have
so
in your whole
bad.
career. How does that feel?
All right, my man.
He said my lawyer might have done it. He's like, oh,
Does that
what
bother you,
lawyer
big
just says it?
bicep
guy?
Like,
More
you're the
people
boss.
out
Does that bother you,
Fuck
big
outta here.
bicep guy?
How old is he, 24?
Does that bother you, big bicep
I'm
guy?
knock more people unconscious than your age. How about
You can
that?
tell
that's
now he's
facts.
acting like that. He's really
have
getting
to be
bothered
tough.
by what
Yeah,
Tyron's
yeah,
saying.
because he's literally
I don't have to
going
be
back to
tough.
like
Even
little
if-
kid stage. He's just
I don't have
talking,
to be
making
tough
noise,
against
like
Well, you try to be.
I got people to do that for me.
They didn't do anything yesterday. Yeah. Okay.
Official
What the
prediction.
fuck?
You've been asked it, but now that you're sitting
Dude,
here,
he's
How
on
long does he
some
have to do it?
drugs.
Of course, I'm
This
going to try to.
no, but how? But how?
I'm
When?
gonna try to hurt him. I just think that he's just gonna get hit with some shit and be like, damn, fuck, oh shit. My coach didn't tell me it was gonna feel like that.
Are
He
you
lied to me.
expecting a longer fight?
No, I don't even care to be honest. Ariel. I'm prepared for an 8-round fight. I'm not gonna try to make it last and let it stretch out. If I see a chance to get it done, I'm gonna get it done. And I'm just patient, poised, and I feel like at the end of the day, I got the experience in putting people away. You know what I mean? Clipping
Yeah.
people with shots.
I'm
and
telling you,
having
man.
more hits, and
Tyron
that's
Woodley is
cool. I've
gonna
had those
pull
too.
through.
I
But
hope
I've had
so.
to
This
actually
dub.
I hope so.
find
I
a
need
way
him
and set it
to.
up and create it.
This is the
Somebody
first
that
fight
didn't
where I'm
wanna go
excited
away.
to
Somebody
actually
that's been knocked
watch
down
and
got
see
back up.
if
I
Jake
had to
Paul's
find a way.
going to
You
get
remember
the
Andre Galvao fighting
knocked
him.
out.
I had to find a way to
I
knock
think this
people
one
out
might be
that
it.
was not trying to be knocked
I
out.
believe it.
Koscheck had to do it twice. I hit him the first time, kind of clipped the back of the head, he fell down, boom, mental note, took a step back, half the distance, the cleanest shot we've ever seen. Whole face lit up. Nobody had ever knocked him out unconscious, right? Nobody. He had been TKO'd, but nobody put him to sleep. So yeah, I'm good at that. My IQ is very high. I see real well in there, and
Bigger gloves now, though.
shit, that's more ounces to his face.
Your official prediction.
Yeah, I just think it's funny, like,
Just
Every
give you a
s-
damn prediction, dog, so we can get out of here. Shit.
every
Rest your
single
shit.
interview you've done, I mean, you just took like 3 minutes to give your prediction that wasn't even a prediction, which is my point here. Is every single interview that
Knock
you've
you
done,
out is a
you've
prediction.
never
Look
been
around.
solid around your answer to that
You
question.
changed it too. We all changed it.
No, I've
When I
already-
look at you now, I think first round.
two
The other
rounds
day,
max.
maybe I said third. I don't know.
2 rounds max.
2 rounds max.
Yep.
Is it weird that
rounds
Jake has
max.
called his previous fights and
And,
They've
and
been
the funny
dead
thing
on.
is that every single
it's almost
fight
it's almost
I've ever
like
called,
creepy?
I thought it was,
it's
but
happened.
Every single
with
dude,
the Ben
you got
Askren
20
thing,
fights.
you know,
Can we
I'm
please-
just like,
everybody
he
around
didn't
here,
want
y'all
to
gonna
be
sit
in
here and
there.
Act like we gonna really do
You know,
this
he
right now?
he
Well,
did
if
get
you're
hit,
44,
but I'm
you're
just
fights,
I'm thinking
dude.
like
If you're
He wanted his
44,
payday.
yeah,
you're
it's like
44,
he could have.
that's all I'm
He's like, I
saying.
could just end this right
Fuck,
now.
man, they-
I got people watching
Okay,
at
my
home
bad. I ain't
that are
trying-
seeing
I
all
ain't
types of
got
twerking
fight.
and shit.
Amateur
I mean, it was a
counts,
weird
dog. Hey,
event
you
that
go
they
out.
threw,
You
gear it up,
and it
you
wasn't
fought.
really
That
family
counts. You just-
friendly. And he had like
So 4
his
fights.
whole
That ain't enough
wrestling
to be sitting
class,
here,
like watching it and
acting
stuff.
Like you got all this wisdom in the fight.
So it's
What
hard
did
to
I
tell.
tell
It's like
you in the
maybe he
locker
was
room
in there and he's
before I
just
fought?
like,
Tell
dude,
me
I already
shit,
fucking
dog.
got
What
the
did I
check.
tell
Like,
you?
let me just
I
get the
told you
hell
I don't
out of
play those
here
fucking
and call it
games.
a
I said
night,
I'm gonna
whatever.
friend out
You wouldn't
one
want to
night,
like
and then I
if
went
that
and
was
did
you,
it.
you wouldn't want
So I'm
to
sitting
turn
here
that
saying,
around
got
and be
nothing
like,
to do
okay, I
with
got
me.
the check. Let me knock
You're
this
going
punk
in
out.
2 rounds.
Just 'cause
I
you
would
told me
definitely
that
want
to
to,
me, don't
but
mean nothing to me.
it's
I'm
just
not
it's
Ben
hard to
Askren.
tell.
You're
I
a
think this
whole different
this
have
one
that oh shit
is gonna be
moment.
like. There's
have that
no
oh shit
way
moment. You're going up
in
against a real
God's
motherfucker.
name.
I'm having an oh shit moment right now.
don't take me-
Oh
I
shit,
mean,
you getting
In the fucking
might
ring,
be a
as soon
chance,
as
but-
you
There's no way
You're gonna
that
open that
Tyron
big
Woodley's
old
taking
fucking
the
eyes.
dive
Oh
in
my
this
God,
fight.
what did I get
He
myself
doesn't like
into?
him. No.
and you're fucked.
You think there's a possibility that they might make it to 8 rounds and
Wait, look at this.
You don't like when you do it back to him.
yeah, that's the part I was talking about.
You look cute.
Jake actually
You look mad cute right now.
sits back, and when he sits forward, and you can tell he's intimidated by Woodley. And then he starts,
Worth
playing
noting,
these like
with the predictions, you
games.
mentioned Barstool Sportsbook.
How you not laughing during this whole thing?
As of right now, he is the betting
What
favorite.
the hell?
And the line is growing more and more.
People, he about fighter pay, so he's
Oh
getting
my
screwed.
God, I can't believe they.
It's weird,
This is
man.
what
A lot
they're
of people
promoting.
are surprised by that. A lot of
They just
fans
said-
who watch you that he
Playing
is
Been
fucking-
underdog so many times
Mirror
on
game.
paper, and why do I? I'm
Fucking
my God,
weird.
I'm fucking underdog. To go cry on the ball. Now I'm gonna lose because they say that he's the favorite. No, We got to fight. We got to go in there and fight. We got to figure it out. We can say whatever we want to right now, but Sunday we got to get in there and figure it out.
Final word?
Can I grip
Yeah,
them cheeks
Tyron
after
is
this?
like he's just ready. He's like, just bring the
can't
fight
even-
on. Let me just
You
knock
know what
this
I want to
punk
say,
out.
but I'm smart.
But he better be
I'm smart.
careful because
Pause.
he could get caught.
Yep.
You know, it can happen, and I hope it doesn't.
We'll leave it at that.
But it's possible
Sunday
that it could
night.
happen.
The good
He's
news
got to be
is
careful.
I might grip your cheeks.
I pray that he wins.
Watch out.
I'm on team Tyron Woodley.
Same.
So
I'm all Woodley. You know how I feel. I'm waiting for Jake to just get a lose under his belt, and hopefully it straightens out his attitude because he's got a nasty attitude. No one can beat him. You know.
well, we're gonna find out in less than 24 hours. I think you guys should let us know what you think in the comments. Like,
Definitely.
subscribe, and share this with all of your friends. And definitely tell us what you think and who's gonna win this Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley fight.
No doubt. See you guys on the next one.
Thank you.